So when it comes to excuses for not pursuing government corruption by members of Congress, I've actually heard ones they haven't used yet again. So I could probably write them all for them because I heard them all. Congress is done for the year, just so you know. It's done. The next big fight in Congress is the end of the budget year is in September 30th, and they have to have a budget by then, or an omnibus that will continue funding for however long. Do you think they're going to start doing anything substantial at the end of September? They're giving up on impeachment. I mean, I reposted a video. I want to show you the video about the impeachment.
Hey everyone, it looks like the Republicans in the House are about to abandon the impeachment of President Biden. They don't have the votes. The leadership hasn't been pushing for the votes, and certainly House leadership hasn't been educating Americans about the urgent need to impeach President Biden over some of the worst corruption we've ever seen by a sitting president. This development comes as President Trump faces a show trial on fake criminal charges by the Democratic machine up in New York. A trial commenced, you can be sure, at the behest of the Biden gang. And as that's happening, Joe Biden's getting a free pass from the House Republicans. Really unacceptable. We need the leadership. And of course, voters can still have a say here. So share your views by calling the House at 202-225-3121. That's 202-225-3121.
So technically, impeachment is still going on, and but it's just a lot of noise at this point because the goal is to let it die quietly, and there's a substantial reason to impeach Biden, and Mr. Comer, who's running the House Oversight Committee, got into it with Congressman Raskin, the Democrat from Maryland, who is the Democratic Party point person trying to defend Biden corruption, and I did a watch video for Instagram with it for one of their fights the other day. Here it is.
What do you think about Donald Trump taking more than $5 million from the Chinese government while he was president?
Well, we know that Donald Trump had a legitimate business that he talked about and he campaigned on.
The legitimate business was the White House.
What business?
He sold the White House.
Oh, give me a break.
He was
what business was the What business were the Bidens in?
Well,
what business did Joe Biden's family own? What business were they in? Did they have hotels? Did they have a social media company? Did they have golf courses? Did they have casinos? Did they have offices?
Well, you know, I appreciate Comer's leadership there and kind of getting to the truth of the matter. But there's a report, I think it was in CNN, that Comer's given up on impeachment. He says it's over. Forget the exact language, but it further confirmed my own analysis based on talking to very senior people on Capitol Hill that it's over. Or it will be over unless voters let them know otherwise. So, I don't know about you, but I don't think we should forget that Joe Biden's a crook. There's just substantial evidence he's on a take from foreign nationals, foreign governments, Russia, China, Ukraine, you name it. I mean, the list is so long that you have to wonder who he isn't on the take from. That might be a shorter list. Running a RICO operation from his days as a vice president, post-presidency into the presidency? We're supposed to forget that? I'm not going to forget it. And I think he should be held accountable every way the system can hold someone accountable. And that includes impeachment. Yes, I understand that impeachment is unlikely to be acted upon in a fair way by the Senate, but it's not going to be acted on at all if it's not given to the Senate, and there'll be no opportunities to educate more Americans if you shut it down. And you're never going to get the votes for impeachment unless you get the leadership for impeachment from folks like Mike Johnson and the Republican D.C. class that just wants to move this, move along. Tom, we got to take over in Washington in November, and then we'll really go after them. You believe that? I don't. I've heard that story a million times. You know, Judicial Watch is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. 30 years. Can you believe it? I've been here, 26 years now. So when it comes to excuses for not pursuing government corruption by members of Congress, I've actually heard ones they haven't used yet again. So I can probably write them all for them because I heard them all. So it's just more of the same. Now they've been doing more investigations, a little more oversight than they've done previously, largely thanks to Judicial Watch because they've been following our lead in terms of being aggressive and pushing for records and oversight, which is good. I'm not going to complain about that. And it's necessary, but is it sufficient? I submit not. I submit not.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.